Welcome to the 4-Leaf for Life Reiki podcast. Reiki energy and spiritual tools to anchor you into your most powerful healing potential. Inner peace and well-being is possible for everyone, especially you, friend. I'm Dawn Williams, an Usui Shiki Ryoho Reiki Master Teacher, Jikiden Reiki Shoden and Okuden practitioner, and certified energy healer 4 Pathways professional from Cindy Dale, internationally acclaimed author and intuitive healer. This channel values the traditional aspects of Reiki while simultaneously moving beyond the protocols themselves for deep inner expansion and modern day vision and perspective. Let's do this. Welcome. So the second structure is one that you would be doing over the phone, but would have no video. Now you could do this over Zoom with just audio and no video as well. In this particular type of session, this is when you have gained some confidence from doing the type of sessions that were without contact, and you're really wanting to really connect more with the client energetically and to really have that interaction, which can be fantastic and beautiful. But some people don't actually like to meet up on Zoom or whatever other video type of session because they find that it's perhaps distracting. They're able to get more intuitive information, so to speak, if that's the type of session that you're doing along with the energy healing, which it usually tends to be when we're talking about these distance sessions. Because remember, energy is information in motion. So there is that quality of the information, but also the movement, the frequency. And so combined, it makes for a very potent and powerful session when you're doing distant work. So what does it look like? It would look like when you schedule the session, you would actually talk to the client on the phone. So you would interact, you would have that interaction. And so that requires, again, even more confidence and more capacity within the nervous system, right? To be able to hold another person in whatever it is that they're focusing on or whatever their healing intentions are. Some of the things that I have done that you may want to try when doing these type of sessions is that you could create a meditation that you actually read and do the energy healing together. You could also do a visualization. I've created many different visualizations based around the chakra system, based around adventuring in different times and places. They're really fun. So for example, ancient Egypt with the energy of the phoenix, for somebody that is feeling that energy of wanting to rebirth, you could create something very specific around those themes that would really create this experience for the client, and then afterwards explore and do some more traditional Reiki type of things. And so speaking of traditional, it could be that you chat with the client, you ask what they would like to focus on, and then you suggest that they get really comfortable. And from your vantage point, you might be using a teddy bear, or you might be using some other type of prop to do the session. You could do the session and then have the client listen to music through the session. And it could be in silence. But one little caveat, if this part is in silence, I would beware of actually verbalizing anything like, oh, that's interesting, or oh, and not explaining it. I've had that several times, and I want to know what the practitioner, what the energy healer is sensing, and what information do I need to know around that. So just beware of that if you are doing some of the work silently and quietly. But you may also do it interactively, like, where are you feeling the constriction in your body? You don't have to know everything. You can help the client tap into their own intuitive processes. And so they might say, oh, my heart feels my heart is constricting, or it feels like heavy. And then you would say, well, let's focus on your heart. Imagine my hands on the front and the back of your heart. And we are focusing the energy of Reiki to this area. Breathe into the area and take a few moments to let the energy land and harmonize this area of your body. And then you could even invite them, how are you feeling? What are you sensing? So in this way, we can create a very meaningful session over the phone where you do not have the visual to distract. Sometimes, if you're doing this energy healing, you may not want that video or that picture of you being shown doing it. So that's another reason why you might want to do audio only. To recap, you could, again, do the energy protocols that we talked before, just guide the client through them. But one of the big things in this type of session where you're interacting with the client is really inviting the client into the space, setting the tone with your words, with the energy. And so you can see as I'm talking, I'm starting to create a really grounded, quiet, focused feeling and energy that will help the client really land in their body. And so here as well, I find it helpful to create a paragraph to really bring us into the session. So you can create your little preamble and have it written down. That's another beautiful part of having a telephone call. You can have different things written down, different types of cues or that type of thing. So first step is helping the client to get really comfortable, asking the client what they would like to work on, and then having them really arrive in their body. And I find that that's best by breathing deep into the nose all the way down into the belly, exhaling through the mouth, because you're activating that rest, restore, relax through the vagus nerve. You're taking the attention away from the monkey mind and putting it down into the belly and really inviting in all of that nourishing and higher energy for the client. You could also, in this particular session, you could do a chakra type of session as well. You could lead them through all of their chakras. So a meditation, a visualization, traditional hands-on Reiki. You could invite them to feel like they're sitting in a pillar of light. That is something that I always do, and I love, love, love it. I'm basically bathing us with the energy of Reiki to ensure that all dissonant energy is really just washed away in that light, in that foundation, and creating this really secure space so that we can interact and allow the energy to lead and unfold whatever it is that will happen. This brings us to our final template.